array in any programming language or developing any web application is extremely important, and AngularJS also provide a couple of functions and better way to handle an array. Let's start with a simple example where we can define few name, John, Steve, and Abe. So these are the name can be stored in an array, and usually in an array the index or the key start from 0. So the key for John is 0 and Steve is 1 and Eve is 2. And AngularJS to deal with an array provide a very convenient method known as forEach. So we can write a simple for logic inside JavaScript, but this is a little bit more comfortable and easy to use. So inside the forEach we have to provide that array, and also we have to pass a function, and this function will be executed by AngularJS, but we have to write our code. But AngularJS will pass us the value and the key. So for each it will be executed 3 times, and once we get that value, so we can do anything whatever we like to do processing. We can change this John to uppercase, or we can say hello John. So or we, depending upon our need, we can do any processing. And apart from forEach, AngularJS provide few more utility function. For example, if you want to have a one array and you want to copy to another array, so AngularJS provide a very simple copy method. So you also can access using angular.copy just to copy from one array to another. And also in JavaScript, the object and the array are a little bit filling in a similar manner. So if sometime if you need to check whether a particular object is an array or not, so AngularJS provide a function known as isArray. Okay, so this isArray will return true or false if you pass an array. And all this logic are not meant to be done in the view. Okay, these all the logic are meant to be in the controller or factory or any other JavaScript code. Okay, so let's say assume that we written all this code in controller and we have a different array and we want to access in a view. That is more important, and AngularJS provide a very nice AngularJS directive or element known as ng repeat. This is extremely important, and in the ng repeat the syntax what we can give is we can pass an user in users. Means the right side users is capital letter is an array and user is a simple our element, and this we can associate in under any li element, and this has its own scope. Okay, and that li element or that block of the code will be run 3 times. Okay, and to there are a lot of utility method also function available apart from accessing the user. So there is one index which return the 0, 1, 2, and there are also fast, middle, and last. We can this fast, if the fast is in John, then it will return true, and if we want to check odd, even, so those kind of small variable also available. So the first 0 and the second element will return true if you as an even. So it will be more clear once you see a simple example, so demonstrating how this true false we can leverage in a programming. Okay, now let's start with an example. As usual, I add this AngularJS into the setting tab so that it would no need to add in a script tag. So just to start with our application, we have to create AngularJS module, and we have to give our application name as app. Then we will define controller, in this case our array controller. We will use that as controller as syntax. So first we will assign this to cell, and we will define a simple array like I shown in the concept. So John, Steve, and Abe will define in array. So now let's use the forEach function, and we'll pass that users, and we'll declare the function. In that function it will return the value and key. So let's try to print that in the console. I am using console.log. So in the below you can see that the John, Steve, and Abe with its index. But see, if there is nothing is printed. Okay, the reason it is not instantiated at this moment. We have to bind the view with the controller. So first we have to write few small HTML code. We define ng app, which will point to app. Then we will write ng controller and point to the array controller. See, if you see there is a kind of auto compile is happening. So below you can see that it is keep on printing. So just for clarity's sake, let's clear it, and I'll change the name to demo1. so that again it will be printed John, Steve and 0, 1, 2. Okay, so that means that we can able to automatically print it in the console log. It is not in the HTML element, remember. Okay, now let's use in as a copy. I'll use Angular copy. I'll copy the users to a temporary users. Okay, then let's get printed in the console log. Okay, if I do a console.log and temp user, so it will be printed in the console. See, John, Steve and AB can able to see. And now let's quickly check whether the temp user is a type of array, is array or not. So let's say Angular is array of the temp user. So it should return, true. So because it is auto compiled, it is taking a little bit time to refresh it. So let's say it will return true. Okay. Now the coming to the important part of it. Now let's go to the view and try to use these users and try to access inside our HTML element. Okay. Now we'll go to HTML and we define a UL tag. And remember, don't put this ng repeat in the UL. Okay. Now we have to put in the li tag only. In the ng repeat, we can give any user in demo1. We have to access using that is our instance name. So we should have used a better name, but anyway, so user in demo1 user, so we can access that user in a curly bracket and in AngularJS. So that user John, Steve and Abe we can see. Okay, now we can use some index we have to start with the $sign, so it will give 0, 1, 2. And we can check that whether that is fast or not. So let's say is fast. So if I true $fast, the first element will always say true, other two are the false. Similarly, if is middle, then the second one would be say true and other will be false. So we can use in all this programming thing. Similarly, odd, even, last and all these are very straightforward. So they will return true or false. So if you write as application, we can use it. So you just know that it is there. So wherever you need, and we can write. Thank you very much for watching this video. You can find the notes and the link to code snippet below. Please say hi over an email. I'll definitely reply you if I am not sick or in vacation. You can like and also subscribe to this button. You'll get an update as soon as I post a new video. If you want to help me, please spread this word. Maybe somebody find this video through you. Thanks very much again and have a great day.